Hello, good day, and welcome to another interesting edition of Transportation Agenda magazine, where we x-ray issues in the transportation sector. My name is Abikia Wojobi. My guest today is a veteran in the transportation sector. With decades of experience, she has also contributed a quota to the development of the transportation sector. She is Princess Mulikat Fehintola Sanni, the CEO of Mulifelong Motors, as well as the first female president of the Chartered Institute of Transport Administration of Nigeria. It's my pleasure to welcome you to the program. Good day, ma.
Thank you very much, my darling, my sweet one, and my elegant lady, for you being here today.
Thank you so much, ma.
Thank you very much. You're welcome to Mulifelong Motors.
Thank you so much.
My name is Princess Mulikat Fehintola Sanni, the CEO of Mulifelong Motors, who has been in business for so many decades, and also been the first female person in the auto industry as well in the whole West Africa.
Oh, that's impressive. That's a big one.
Thank you very much.
So we want to know what prompted you into this industry.
Actually, you have said it right, because I've been having a passion for engineering and also in the transport sector, because when I was a little girl, then I think I do most of the things like a boy. I ride bicycle, I do so many things that means doing in those days. So in the process, I just felt it's not really common for people to be in engineering and also in auto business. So I felt it's high time for we now to start with something, because when they say what a man can do, a woman can also do it. So in the process, I have a passion to go into auto industry and also transports, because it's paramount to a business. Any nation, if you don't have a transport, you don't have business, because there is no way you can move from one place to the other, and there should be a way to go about it. So it's the key one to the growth of it's a key one to the growth of any economy in any country.
So how has this journey shaped your perspective of this industry?
I think the journey has been so nice, which is very interesting, and I could remember those days. I think we have so much assembly plants in Nigeria that were making locally made products in those days.
Wow.
We have about almost 7 assembly plants in Nigeria.
Back then.
But today, actually, we're just coming up trying to revive the whole industry. One, in those days, we have Peugeot Automobile in Nigeria from France. We have Volkswagen of Nigeria from along Badagry, while we have Peugeot in Kaduna. We have Steyr in Bauchi. We have Ananko in Enugu. We have Leyland in Ibadan. We have Federated, which is GM Motors in Nigeria, in Lagos here. Then it was Federated Motor Industry, but they are now GM Motors in Nigeria. We have Steyr. We have other companies that actually having a auto industry in Nigeria. But today, and we will have what we call auto allied businesses like Michelin, Dunlop, Texel batteries, all those things. Where are they today? Brake parts, Ferrodo, and what have you. We don't have them in Nigeria again. And that is where we are today. As a pioneer in the industry, I felt it's high time for we now to revive and also it's high time for we to restructure our ways of having business in Nigeria. Yes, because we have an Ananko that is Leventis, AG Leventis. They're the pioneers of Mercedes-Benz. We have Toyota. In those days, Briscoe are the major before they now call it Toyota, Nigeria. But all these companies are still there. They are still in existence, but they are no more here. So what can we do to revive? I give them so many ideas we've said auto policy has come to stay. Up to today, they haven't done anything about it. And once you don't have any industry, especially in the auto industry, there is no country, because it's part of technology. We're talking of technology, innovation, and what have you. What we actually innovate when there is nothing to work with. But once we have all these things on ground, it will enhance the country to move forward. We have so many engineers on the streets. Some people are now going from engineering to fashion designer in various universities. Is that the way to go about it? And there should be a way to encourage, especially ladies, girls, to go into such a very unique discipline. But today they are now converting to be a fashion designer. So many things that you can't even believe. But what can we do? It's the nature of the country. I think we still have to move ahead.
Let's talk about moving ahead. With the decades of experience that you have in the transportation sector, what key milestone stands out for you?
Well, I think in that area, we need to do a lot of work. If you can remember very, very well, we have LMTS in those days. That is the first government transporters. As in those days, they call them LMTS. Where are they today? They brought so many vehicles, they vandalized, so many ugly things are happening. And how do you want to stabilize transport system in Nigeria? Pilfering and stealing is affecting. So many ugly things is affecting the whole industry as a whole. Not even only on the transport and what have you. But we need to change our attitude towards what we're doing in our country. I think that is the key way to allow things to move, to forge ahead.
You're a pioneer in this industry, and there are quite some challenges that you might have faced in the course of doing business in the transportation sector. Are these challenges, are they still present?
Very, very present.
Can you name some of them?
Well, let's start from infrastructure. It's the key one. We have also about almost 5 transport systems in Nigeria. Almost everything is almost off the road. We have road transport, sea waterways, we have air transportation, we have pipelines, and we have train as well. Today now, they're just trying to track down the trains, and you can see the way it's been going up and down. We need all those things. There is no way we can deviate from the fact of the case. Because now you can't just come to my office without mobility. Mobility, transport is necessity, it's not luxury. And once you don't have it, nothing will be able to move. So there should be a way to acknowledge it. That is one of the key points to allow any economy of a nation to grow. And we have to take it as a serious issue.
But how well do you think the government is doing when it comes to infrastructure in the transportation sector?
I think based on what I can see right now, I think they're just trying to manage it up, at least to do something that people will be able to see. Like reviving of the rail sectors. You can see people are moving from Marina to Okokomaiko to all the others. And the ones from Abeokuta, this Land Toro or what have you, from this our, what do they call it at Alagbado?
Alagbado.
Yes, people are happy. Because even you can see that even with the environment, the traffic is even congestion is a little bit lower, unlike before. That you see almost everybody on the road. When it's time for each and every one of them to pick their buses or sea waterways, that is by sea. You see various people going to their various places to pick up their easiest transportation to their various destinations, which is okay. It's more lively, unlike before where there is no sea water until when Shivja Konde, that was Babake Kere and the Itafaji in those days since 1980. After that, there wasn't anything of such. But with this new dispensation, I think we are trying to revive and things are working gradually.
Let's tap into your wealth of experience. You mentioned Baba
Kekere and Mr. Faji.
And Mr. Faji.
Mr. Faji from Mile 2.
From Mile 2.
Yes.
Now, what unique perspective did they bring into the transportation sector that you think should be adopted now or should be enhanced?
I think what means our amiable late governor of Lagos State, Alhaji Lateef Jakonde, may his soul rest, may his gentle soul rest in perfect peace. Yeah, amen. He has done so well in the transport sectors. If you can remember very well, even on taxis, they mobilized them. They gave them facilities. They were able to have enough vehicles to move people from one place to the other. And when you look at Mile 12 that time, we have Niger Dock very close to within that vicinity. If you are going from Marina to Apapa those days, you don't need to transport anything. Just go to Marina there. You board your whatever and you go to Mile 12 or Mile 2, whichever way you need it. But it has actually enhanced. And when you remember very well, Alhaji Jakonde has done so well with Alhaji Hamzat, late, who is the Commissioner for Transportation during that period. He has done so well because we have all these transport sectors and they were able to add more value to the transport system in the country. For example, look at what Alhaji Jakonde has done, even on mechanics. We have roadside mechanics in those days where people are agitating that mechanics are useless, they are this. He was able to initiate and say, okay, we are going to give them, we call it rehabilitation of the roadside mechanics. It means he doesn't want any mechanics on the street again. Somebody like me gave me a workshop. I'm the first female.
The first female
to have, yes,
how the workshop.
To have the workshop in Lagos State.
Wow.
Where VIO are using now. It's my workshop. I spent so much money to develop that place. But they said they are taking, it's not fair. Even gave me a letter to that effect that workshop should not be taken up from me. But we have VIO there now. And so many things is happening that we cannot even mention. Today now he has done so well and everybody can see his handwork on the wall. And late Alhaji M.O. Hamzat, he has done so well.
Using the lens of a veteran to analyze the current state of transportation in the country, what would your opinion be?
My opinion will be that based on what I could see now, with this new dispensation, especially they were having more value to it. We have to praise them. Like Mr. Shehu Oshiemi, we can see it. I think he granted him some interviews, some which I went through. I think it was a very brilliant presentation that he has really done. And you can see that he's trying to manage the system of the whole country, of the transport system in our country. Instead of like Apapa in those days, hardly you can be able to go to Apapa. But it's a very free way. Coconut, all those places, the Julius Berger, along the Kokomaiko and what have you. You go to Apapa straight away now without any bottleneck. Unlike before, you can stay in Apapa for the next 5 hours. You can't even get there. And they were just trying to manage the routes as well. I commend them in the sense that when a truck is being broken down, they will find way, whichever way they can, move out the vehicle immediately. So a question of people sleeping on the road or using 10 hours on this, no more. I think I commend them for a job well done in that area.
Okay, you're a national figure and expectedly you must have contributed your own quota to the development of some of our transportation policy. Could you share some of the highlights of your contributions to some of these policies, if any?
Yes, there is a lot. Because when we are having our seminars, that is CIoTA, when we are still in CIoTA, we have actually contributed in so many ways. From the starting of all these drivers on the highways, they don't have decorum. There is nothing we call driving etiquette. You see them, some of them will have their shirt when they are driving. Some, you just see them, they dress up anyhow. Some may even use their pants to be driving on the highway. But we said no, we are not Agbero. We are civilized people, and there should be a way to have that code of conduct to do things in a decent manner and do things the way it's supposed to be done. And when you see them in those days, you see some of them, they'll be fighting on the streets, removing the chair, so many ugly things on the road. But this time around, I think they are now coming down. Before you sit down, they'll be insulting you. They expect the fact you want to pay your money. Is that the way to do things? And with all these things, our recommendation, I think we're able to knock down all these unethical behaviors. I think we are now doing better than before.
Beyond the road transport policy, do you have input in other policy like that of aviation?
The whole sector. There is no one they have done that I haven't contributed my own. Because in transport system, we're talking of CIoTA ways. We are talking of blue economy. It's been on for a very long time. Blue economy, we have oceanography and marine research in those days. They are still there on the Amadu Bello way. Do they allow them to function? They didn't. When Mr. John was there, that is the DG then, Tubo, then was the MD in 1980 or something. They were there. They didn't allow we didn't utilize what we have. But now we are now going back to the same story, which is better. Because when they're talking of blue economy, we have an ocean. We're importing fish, importing all those things. And we have them at the back of our corner here. We are not utilizing them. And we have people, students, who have the experience. Even Professor Lakija is part of the people who has actually contributed in so many ways. But now, we are now coming back to the same story. Because we are not poor in Nigeria. We are very rich. What we're having today is human error. If we can be able to amend our mistake, you understand, we go beyond this. As a first female in the auto industry, I'm trying to set up the largest battery manufacturer in the whole West Africa. Wow. I brought people all the way from South Korea to this country. I'm the first person to be on the side before Dangote.
Wow.
On Lekki, free zone.
That's impressive.
I'm telling you, I'm there. I'm still on my project. We're working towards it to actualize our dream. Because we can't keep on importing everything. There should be a way to move on. And we have every resources to get it work.
How well are you championing inclusion of women in the transportation sector?
I think I've been mobilizing people from the various sectors, even from all the agencies. They know Minimasa, NPA, Shippers Council, all the agencies. I'm one of the pioneers, even around. I think I was with them when the first female director was there. So we have freely traveled and also have actually contributed immensely to the growth of the transport system in Nigeria, in our country, as at large. So whatever they are doing, there's nothing they are doing that is so strange to me. We're talking, can you imagine? In those days, we have about 23 ships for shippers, private for Nigerian. Where are they today? No, we don't have any Nigerian flag on our sea. Is that a fair something? It's not fair. We're talking no national carrier. We have a Nigerian Airways, which is on here, here. Do we have it again? We have all these private agencies running our affairs. For how long do we continue? Every nation has their own carrier. And when we're talking, I'm part of the people that we even recommended that every incoming ship that is coming to Nigeria should be licensed and give them so when they are coming, we know their number, we know, and they have to put on their flag before entering our territory because of piracy and what's out there.
And that has been sustained.
It has been sustained. NIMASA is doing so well in that area too. It's part of it. We're achieving. We're moving forward.
Some people would say that there is a disconnect between government policies or the agenda with the actual needs of the people. Do you agree with that?
I don't really agree. It's what we're having is human error. Look at Shippers Council. they've been doing so well. Undue delay at the ports, at the ports, you see paying outrageous demurrage. When you have a genuine something to claim, they will refund your money back to you. They are just exploiting us for what we don't really deserve. But can we really come out? Some people cannot even talk because they don't want them to go. We have to say something. When you see something, you say something. But for the kind of job they are doing, they are the regulators on the system. But they now allow them to be functional. So we give it to the Shippers Council. We can see them moving. And when you have a genuine cases, you don't need to lobby. Go to the proper channels. They will address you and they will treat everything accordingly. So whereby you don't have any bottleneck with the custom or what have you. We have so many agencies in the ports, but they are trying to manage each and every one of them to monitor their movements and how they've been operating their normal something. And now I think they are trying to resolve one thing or the other, and everybody's been happy with them. Undue delay with custom, and they are trying to at least to normalize all those things. But it enhances the transport system to move forward.
As an industry figure, ma, what role are you playing in helping to standardize the transportation sector?
You see, what is happening is that we are really in the sector, but they are giving us the wrong set of people managing our domain, which is our sector, because it's highly technical oriented as well. When you want to see a lawyer now, we tell he's learned in his own sector. When you see a medical person, they will come out, they will speak the way they can, they will speak their tongue. But Nigerian transport system is a different scenario. Some people don't even recognize transport as a course on their own.
Some say it's an all-comers affair. So if you have the money, without no certification, no regulation, you just set up.
We shouldn't be. I think we're trying to normalize those one now with CIoTA. So when you don't have the seal, you can't just jump on the street and you say you want to be so.
So CIoTA is pushing the agenda for standardization.
That is it. We're trying to streamline the system. Now,
what's the success rates, if I may ask you?
I think we've been trying to move. It's reflecting a little bit, but with time, everything is going to be stabilized. I can assure you that.
What would you say to the synergy between the public sector and the private sector in advancing innovation in the transportation sector in Nigeria?
When we're talking of public sectors, it's not the government. We have what we call organized private sectors.
Organized private sector.
Yes. So organized, we people in business, we're the people that holds the business. It's not meant for the government.
So government has no...
They have no business.
Business?
Yes. It's meant for the private sector. What is the government selling? Without the business people, they're not selling anything. Do they have factory? We should ask ourselves.
But they act as regulators.
They are there as the regulators. They're supposed to monitor the affairs of the business. Now we're talking of these transport people. They will be the same set of people to invite people to go and do partnership PPP and what have you. What is the experience of those people? We are wasting our resources. But when they have people who are technically oriented in every sector, we won't have any problem. And when they want to appoint, they should give us people who actually know much about our industry, not just anybody to come and be dominating us. So it's technical. We know, because when you go to school these days now, when you say you are doing transport, they say, what do you mean by transport? But it's comprised so many things. Engineering is there, business, almost everything is there. Law is there. Am I right or wrong?
Yes, you're right.
But the orientation doesn't really shows that all those courses are there. You can't do transport without business administration. You can't do transport without having what we call technical experience in engineering. You can't do anything without having the technical experience in economy. It comprises so many things that you cannot even quantify it. It makes it very, very unique. So they should allow the coming up generation to go into the transport studies Look at last one now. Before let's say Engineer Bawala, Miss Gentle so rest in perfect peace. Those are the areas they really focus. Look at Unilag. They are not having a maritime engineering in Unilag. Professor Oni, Professor Badejo, they have done so well in the industry. They are the same people that set up Unilag. Bisi Onabanjo in Ogun State, Olabisi Onabanjo, Owerri. We have so many professors good day. We have so many people who has actually, but do they really recognize those people in their various sectors? They should acknowledge them for a job well done, because they have done so much in the transport sector, and that is the green light. Bringing any foreign people will not enhance the progress of this country. We should use our homemade people to allow this country to move forward.
Let's talk about the road mode. It's the largest carrier, and safety concerns abound, especially when it comes to the issue of accidents, broken down vehicles, unsafe vehicles on the roads. In your own opinion, what security structure do you think the government should mobilize to enable the roads to be safer for all?
Thank you very much. In that area, these people were set up, that road safety was set up in 1988, 1987. It's because of safety. But one thing they need, what we call training, is paramount. We have a driving school that even Fashola initiated. Loudsbury. Is there. Do they go there? All this thing that one was being set up in recently. Road safety was there. We don't listen to what they are saying. They are doing their own parts in their own little way. But one thing is to give a law, but the other one is for people to follow it. Reckless driving, overspeeding, and they're drinking alcohol on the steering, smoking. How do you want to cocktail such a thing? Is it the government to say, please don't drink on the steering? No. So they need training. They should allow them, each and every one of them, before they can be on the steering. They should check them very well. They should have somebody like spy. Okay, are you the owner of this vehicle? Yes. Where are you going from? Where? They didn't have manifesto. They just carry passenger. Whatever happens, it's not their own business. Whether they throw them in the bush, whether they are alive, it's not their business. The manifesto, we said it severally. Every transporter should have it.
It manifests in their
various various garages.
Okay, garages.
Do you understand? You have in their association, they have their manifesto, they have everything, they have their agenda. How do you operate? Like Shisco, he has a standard policy. ABC has its own. Young shall go, they have their home. Do they implement all those policies? Apart from the government. Do you understand? When they are giving out a car, a vehicle, some drivers don't even have what we call technical experience. What is the barrier of their driving experience? They should know. When somebody just started driving a car for just 1 year, and you are now giving such a person a truck on the highway.
That's a mismatch.
That is it. So they should caution them. They should investigate properly. They should have all that set fingerprints before they can be on the road.
Do you think the government is doing well enough in this regard in terms of helping to structure the infrastructure that we need on the roads?
I think we are doing so. I have my own experience.
Okay.
I will tell you. There was a day I was coming all the way from Lagos. Can you believe some people are removing the bricks on the highway?
Wow.
I'm telling you, with their jiggers in the night.
That's sad.
I'm telling you, it's happening. It's happening. It's not far away from you. See that they're removing the bricks on the street just to cause commotion, in order to rob people.
I was about to ask, what's the motive?
It's to rob now. Just to rob. Even this Ijora also, or some places you can't even go there. It's no go area. They have their diggers in the midnight. You see them removing the asphalt, removing all the rocks that is on the highway.
And some will say that there are no good roads. So it's an act of vandalism.
Okay, we have a good example. We have a proper express road now. Within that Ijora causeway, and this Ijora at Orile coming down, climbing down to Apapa, go and look at that place. What happens to Eric Moore from this Orile turning back to Bede Thomas? Go and look that place. People are sleeping there. The place is waterlogged, and they have done it so many times. But people are refused. All those people under the bridge, what are they looking for? When other people are there, they didn't allow them. During the time of former governors. So we are the major cause of all this problem.
Let's talk about national developments. You have traveled far and wide in the entire stretch of this country. In your own opinion, what would you say are the factors that are probably mitigating against the advancement of transportation in these states when you compare it to other states?
You see, our major challenge is lack of indiscipline. People are not disciplined at all. They are lawless. The lawless of this country is what we are paying for. We are so lawless. There is no discipline. I've been traveling over, but you can't see a country being lawless like what we are doing today. Are you with me? It's human error that we're having. Nigeria is not bad though. I was in US though. They asked me, I said, I love Nigeria, my country. But what makes them great? When they give you an order, don't do this, you dare not. Don't drop paper on the floor, you dare not. In Nigeria, when they say, please don't put your garbage into the canal, in the midnight, in the afternoon, you see people going there to pour it there.
Broad daylight.
Is that a country that belongs to you? You eat something from your house. You can't take care of it. You now display it on the roads. Some people will be in the bus trying to split on people's faces. Some people will even be eating maybe ball or what have you. They will throw that paper on somebody's head. And the driver is driving. And you can't blame the driver. The conductor will say, from there they will start insulting each other. They will now turn it to the street fight again. Is that a country? So there should be a way to coordinate them. They should have some sort of people to be on ground. I saw one thing that the Ministry of Environment has done. I watched it over the TV. I think some people are parking junks in Kikota. And when they held them, and they asked him or her, they put it on their head, take them inside the bus, and take them, which is okay. If they can continue the same way, the market people too, they should try to give them such a symbol.
Looking ahead, where do you see the biggest growth opportunity in Nigeria's transportation sector? The rail, the aviation, is it maritime, or the road?
It's both ways now. In the sense that if you are coming from somewhere within the vicinity, there is no way you say you're going to boat when there is no sea there. So definitely you have to go with one of the 5 sectors. If you are living within the vicinity like Epe, you have other ways, or Ikorodu, you have other mode of transportation. If you don't go by road, you can easily go by sea, which is okay. If you are in Ibadan with the same system, but you can't be going from here to Ibadan. You can only use train. And if you say you want to go by sea waterways, maybe along Abeokuta, along the side, you have to stop over to check in either by rail or by road transport. And when you're talking in terms of aviation, there is no way you can move by road, But when you are looking at the time, you have very urgent something to go with. Look, there is no way you can be from here to Maiduguri to use about almost 3 or 2 days. When you look at the kind of business you are doing, the costing analysis and the convenience, it's okay. I can't be on the road for 48 hours. So the best thing is for me to go by here. So every mode of transportation is important. There is no one we can say we don't really need. Because the moment you need comfort, you just have to go by one way or the other.
So what legacy would you love to be remembered for?
Well, I think that is where we are now. I've done so much in this country. I've mentored people in the various cadre. I've added value in the various sectors in the automobile industry. Right now, we're talking about the auto assembly in Nigeria. Have designed a vehicle for Mulifelong car.
That's great.
That I'm expecting, if the government, they can see the future of this country, being the first person in the auto, it has never happened in any part of the world. I'm not saying it for saying sake. It's a non-domain business in a foreign country. Hardly you see a woman in auto industry. I initiated it to design. You're talking of Chris, this, that. What of Mulifelong car? Can't you purchase unmade vehicle that we're going to give to you? And we're in that discourse. We're trying to set up battery manufacturing instead of us wasting our foreign exchange, importing. At the same time, they are ripping us off from our various something, whereby we have everything to work with. I'm trying to set it up now. It will be part of the legacy. We're talking of 10 Dangote is into oil and gas. I want to set up what we call the lead refinery in this country that have done so many things, about 5 solid projects to revive the whole country, Nigeria as a whole. If they can allow it to work, this country will be great. Nigeria will be great. I can beat my chest to that.
Thank you so much, Ma, for gracing our show with your wealth of experience.
Thank you very much. Nice speaking with you. Nice talking to you. I appreciate you too. And you're welcome to Mulifelong Motors as well.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for your interview.
The conversations have been truly enriching, and I'm sure that our viewers have gotten an understanding of what has made you a veteran in the transportation sector. So till I come your way next time, please do not forget to follow us across all our social media platforms and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you and have a wonderful day. Bye.